10 NCAA championships. Can you guess who has the second most with 4? The answer is Adolph Rupp and Mike Krzyzewski. But as big as the record that is, I had twice as many as these famous coaches. You might think that's what makes me extraordinary, but that's not the whole reason why I was the best coach ever. Not only did I win games, I also helped my players live good lives and have good character, not just to be good basketball players. I was born October 14, 1910 in a small town called Martinsville, Indiana. I was the 4th child in my family. My parents were Roxanna and Joshua Wooden. As a child, I lived on a farm. On that farm, we had no electricity or any running water. If we wanted water, we hand pumped it from a well. If we wanted butter, my dad churned it. If we wanted bread, my mom baked it. I had 3 older brothers and 2 sisters who both died at a very young age. One of my sisters died as an infant, and my other sister died at age 3 of diphtheria. I loved to play basketball with my older brothers. In the winter, when we wanted to play basketball, we loved to play it so much that we shoveled off the snow so we could play. I went to Martinsville High School, and I played on their basketball team. I helped lead their team to the Indiana State Championship in 1827. After school at Martinsville, I was offered to go to many different colleges. I chose to go to Purdue University. I played basketball at Purdue and was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a player. In college, I had many different jobs. One of those jobs was taping football players' ankles, and another one of those jobs was painting the football fields on weekends. I had so many jobs because we were poor. When college was over, I was offered $5,000 to go play for the Celtics. I turned it down, went home, and married the love of my life, Nellie Riley. I then settled to be an English teacher at Dayton High School in Kentucky. I coached their basketball team and led them to 6 wins and 11 losses. That would be the only losing season of my career. In 1934, I moved back to Indiana, taught English, and coached basketball, baseball, and tennis at South Bend Central High School. While teaching at South Bend Central High School, I made the pyramid of success to teach my players how to be successful. After I served as a Navy lieutenant during World War II, I became the athletic director, baseball, and basketball coach at Indiana State Teacher College. My basketball teams won back-to-back Indiana College 8 conference titles and won an amazing 45-15 record in 2 seasons. In 1948, I moved to Los Angeles, California. I then coached at UCLA. My family was my wife, Nell, and my kids were Nan and Jim. My main goal as a coach was to teach my players to live good lives and be better people. Not only did I help my players, I made books in the pyramid of success that will help coaches in the future. I was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a coach in 1973. I was so thankful that I could have such a successful coaching career. One of my greatest accomplishments was winning 10 NCAA championships in 12 years. One of the few things I learned from my parents growing up and tried putting into practice was teaching the importance of good character. One example of how I taught good character to my players and other people is in a story about respect and Bill Walton. I had a rule that you had to have your hair shorter than 2 inches. Bill Walton wanted long hair and told me I had no right to make him have his hair short. I agreed, but also I told him, as the coach, I had the right to decide who plays or not. I told him I respected him for what he believed in, and said our team was really going to miss him. Right after I said that, Bill Walton raced to the barbershop and got a haircut. Much later, here's a quote from Bill Walton about me. I thank John Wooden every day for all of his selfless gifts, his lessons, his time, his vision, and especially his patience. That's why we call him Coach. Another important lesson I believed in is importance of details in all things in life. Here's an example of how I believed as a coach that little things add up to big things. Every first practice, every season, I always did an important lesson before anything with basketballs. I would sit my players down and teach them how to put socks and shoes on properly. I believed that the way I showed them was right and kept them from getting blisters. When you played, if you had a blister, you could not be the best as you could be. So I felt this very small detail was very important to our success as a team. Some other character traits I taught my players included don't cheat, steal, or complain, and the golden rule. The golden rule is treating others the way you want to be treated. These are important life lessons my parents taught me, and I try to teach my players and future coaches. I still went to UCLA games even after coaching and even after my wife died. I died June 4, 2010. I died of old age in my sleep 4 months shy of my 100th birthday. I died at age 99 and outlived my wife by 25 years. Here's a quote from the Syracuse basketball coach. When I think of a coach, the only one I ever thought of was John Woodard. He had a great life and helped so many coaches until his late 90s. Every time I talked to him, he would give me some word of advice. He's the best of all time. There will never be another like him, and you can't say that about too many people. Now I'm going to show you what the Pyramid of Success is that I made.
Mr. Wood, what does that code say?
5295. Yep, your close down. Now here's the Pyramid of Success that I made for my players. I made the Pyramid of Success to teach my players about the true success for basketball and life. Here's my poster. I was born October 14, 1910 in Martinsville, Indiana. I married Nellie Riley on August 32, 1932. In 1927, I helped lead my school team to the Indiana State Championship. In 1948, I finished the Pyramid of Success. In 1961, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a player. I won 10 NCAA championships. I started in 1964 and ended in 1975. 1964, 1965, 1967, 1968, 1969, 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973, and 1975. In 1973, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a coach. I retired from coaching in 1975. My wife died at age 73, March 21, 1985. In 2010, I died June 4, 2010 at age 91. And right here is a picture of me in college at Purdue. And right here is a picture of me coaching, and here's a quote. We're all absolutely equal in having the opportunity to make the most of what we have. Here's a picture of my family, my wife, and my 2 kids. And here's a picture of me when I'm older. And here's a quote. It is the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen. Here's a picture, another picture of the Pyramid of Success. That's it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, any questions?
Zach.
How did you die? How did you die?
He died of old age. in his sleep. Sam.
Like, do you, like, where, I just can't remember, where did you coach again? Like, I remember.
At UCLA, where you're Jackie Robinson playing. Harrison.
How long did it take him to make the Pyramid of Success?
I believe it was like, I'm not sure, but it was a few years, I think.
What were his kids' names?
Nan and Jim. Tyler.
What team did he coach?
UCLA. Amara.
How did his wife die?
She died of cancer. Yeah. And he outlived her by 25